plays games with Steve
and Angel. A fight with a thief.
I already read this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I looked away for just a door for a brief moment. Why?
Hold it. Why? So why did you look away from the door anyway?
In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer, elegantly, of course.
I tiptoed.
So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer?
Skippity skip skip.
What should I do? Should I ask some more questions?
That's enough. About the sensor.
What kind of sensors are you talking about?
There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well.
Oh my.
I hooked up heat-detecting infrared and ultraviolet sensors to each of them.
They have like a bodega cat.
That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours?
Lordly Taylor Department Store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well.
In other words, you couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh?
Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer?
When you make that noise, is it? What are you imagining, or like, are you referencing anything, or is it just like the noise that comes to mind?
Just when he does that, and funnily enough, a friend from like high school, he used to do this thing. Like he would go like do a thumbs up and go or whatever.
Oh,
and so my impression of him exaggerated into and so I think I'm
Like, is it like Lenny from The Simpsons doing it? Like,
no, he wasn't referencing anything, but for me, that's definitely what's coming to mind. Just look at his face. That's just the noise this man makes.
Absolutely. He says that to himself when he like sees something like. Have a look at me. Actually, I want to go back to that. It is the okay. I want to press the computer before I forget.
So why did you look away from the door anyway?
They can skip through this. You did this already.
About the computer.
Sorry.
So did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well?
Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me, Luke Atmey.
In that case, you could have easily manipulated the data.
What's wrong, Sir Lawyer?
Interesting. Cannot be so easily discombobulated.
Hold it! What does that mean? Discombobulated.
The young people these days, they really irritate me.
Wow.
Skibbity toilet. They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean. Like wig, or what'd you say? Wig? Yeah.
Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway?
Now I've forgotten. What was I saying?
Who are you?
Where am I? People who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago.
Who pooped my pants?
Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony.
The thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless.
Hold it! What do you mean by weapon from the side?
Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Luke Atmey, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse.
Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch?
Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp.
Okay, so he is talking about the Shichishito.
So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness?
Fights only with his own fizz, but they're not enough.
Hold it! You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities?
I am fighting, dreamer, but of course. In college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club. I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Master Mask.
This guy is a real piece of work. And a real piece of shit.
Oh, rude.
And that's all she wrote.
Hold it! Can you tell us a little more about what happened?
My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Dangerously powericious.
Powericious?
It's my favorite, the Powerade cheetah. Loves it for Powerade. Powericious. I assumed the Atmey fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me.
No, if it was Powerade, they would have a panther. It'd be the Powerade Panther.
Yeah, that would be better.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that just made me think like a Cheeto flavored Powerade, which is like, oh, terrible.
And it's got like, you know, it's got the Cheetos pulp. And
Cheetos pulp?
Cheetos pulp, ew.
God.
I saw that they have matcha ramune.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, that doesn't sound good, but I'm morbidly curious.
Yeah, I'd try it. Doesn't sound good, though. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? Should I ask more about this?
You were blinded. Atmey fighting style. You were blinded.
So what was this flash of light that blinded you?
I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman.
The statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing.
She has a light feature. Well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now.
Yeah, what is it?
This Luke Atmey guy, he's definitely hiding something.
Okay. But why?
I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective.
That wasn't very...
Yeah, that one was super vague.
Yeah.
But you paid attention, which is good.
Yeah. Of course, I paid attention to the one that doesn't.
Yeah, the one that's not going to help you.
Great. Okay, well, I'm going to press the other thing.
Hold it.
It's fighting stance.
Luke Atmey fighting style. What is this Atmey fighting style?
I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you.
That's it? That's the Atmey fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
It is important, because he got hit in the back of the head.
Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique, after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it even if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Oh, where's the wall?
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
The Atmey fighting style is put your back to the wall and then cry. You go, please don't hit me, please! I'm sorry! Now then, witness. We'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
I put my back to the wall to fight, but it leaves blowing up on my third eye.
I put my back
What?
into it.
Well, I want to press it first.
Hold it.
But I feel like...
Where is this third eye you're talking about?
You felt it before. Oh, it's right between my right and left balls. Eyebrows, that's the real line. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened, but it's very small. You may call it the forehead if you like.
Why didn't I just say that in the first place?
Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper.
So, Mr. Atmey got hit on the forehead, then?
That's what he says.
I've got a funny feeling about that. See, that's...
Actually, so do I.
Well, what do you think, Nick?
Okay.
Well, there's...
Who this Luke Atmey character really is.
Oh, no, damn it. Shut up.
Kipora!
Okay, go one more.
Okay, alright.
Put my back to the wall to fight.
Alright. And does this say that it was hit? To the back of the head.
Objection!
There you go, sport.
Detective Atmey, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards.
What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you.
And I'm talking about our dicks.
Once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet.
I believe this is what you said yesterday.
No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
From behind, huh?
But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head.
Yerk! It seems I've made another mistake.
Detective Atmey.
Just a little perjury.
The jail cells in the Ace Attorney universe should be filled with anyone that's ever testified.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
That's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Yerk! Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong.
Objection.
Whoa, his voice.
To err is human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes.
Objection! Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that.
Oh.
Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules.
This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that
This Mr. Atmey is a fake. Mr. Atmey is Mask to Mask. Oh, aren't these two the same thing? The defense asserts that, okay, well, what are they trying to assert before that? What were they saying? He's no ace detective. This is Mr. Atmey is a fake. I mean, that's kind of my string of thoughts. Okay.
the answer is simple. It's all clear to me now.
Is it?
Detective Luke Atmey's true identity is actually Mask to Mask.
Yeah!
Oh.
Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atmey's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because... It's because... I analyzed the crime scene data and made it exquisitely investigation. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at
We truly are the lasting legacy of that movie. No one remembers that damn thing anymore.
No.
The Pokemon I Choose You movie for reference.
Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that.
Detective Pikachu.
Detective, peek at me.
Yeah, ooh.
Oh.
The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask.
Gurko! but Mr. Wright, this photo is just a green Steve Gurko. This photo, it clearly shows Mask to Mask.
I would love if, like, the Detective Pikachu games were just, like, a reskinned, like...
Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney.
That'd be
It's
awesome.
Just, yeah, it's just Pokemon.
Well, actually, I should show you, Steve. So, you know Jason, Jay's friend.
Yeah.
We're playing a game called Detective right now, which is a board game. Mm-hmm. He made a Detective Pikachu case for his wife.
Oh.
And actually, I can show you real quick. I mean,
Should I keep playing?
Sorry. Just like real quick, look at these.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't read all that fast.
For those, it's like, oh, he actually made custom cards and wrote dialogue. It's great. Anyway.
I think just
cool.
writing a mystery in itself seems very difficult. So I
Right.
applaud anyone who has, the skills to do that.
Yeah. This security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor Department Store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief? Is this true, witness? The masked Samo is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atmey, ace detective. You are very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, Sir Lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance.
Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atmey, when you assume that...
Objection!
Oh.
Ow!
Godo Blend 102, my personal favorite.
Mr. Godo!
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Godo, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I
will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot as me and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face.
Wow, it's searing hot.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush?
Are you all right, Nick? Like, seriously, like, that's you have third-degree burns going on right
I'm kind
now.
of in shock, but anyway.
Atmey looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atmey is in fact masked a mask.
Oh, can I look at my thing right now? I can. Is it him? Okay, that proves that it's him. Decisive evidence? I'm kind of unsure, and I kind of want to say that I don't have it. Unfortunately. So I think has yet to be found.
Proof? Of course I've got nothing.
Ha! Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So, you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer?
I can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godo, if you have anything further to add that... Hold it! Who?
Oh.
Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it?
Angel, you can take it for now.
Oh, Miss Delight, what are you doing here?
Nicky boy, that thing you've been looking for. I think I found it.
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well,
That's...
The sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Order, order, order! You, madam! That urn, where did you find it?
you'll never believe it.
Up your asshole.
Your asshole.
That's rude.
It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective. Look at me.
You all can't stop invading my private property.
It's like, lock your door.
Yeah, lock the door. Oh, Desi, you're the best! Sacred urn? Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atmey? Even you're going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one.
Objection! Ha! Pathetic.
Mr. Godo, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atmey was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atmey, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight, is that correct?
Yes. What about it?
Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
What are you insinuating?
As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
What? I just brought it here from the detective's office.
Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing.
Miss Delight.
Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people.
There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atmey Detective Agency. Testify about what I saw. Show fingerprints on the urn. About what I saw. I mean, he only felt it. Show fingerprints on the urn.
I can prove where the urn was. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
You're fine. By the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, eh? Oh, come now. Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would be nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now.
Come too far to turn back now.
Atmey must have brought the urn back
Office.
yesterday.
One urn. I don't know why.
And there,
Doesn't even matter how I testify.
I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprint loop
Of this person should be on the urn.
of this of this poison. Defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Larry Butts, obviously. Okay. Okay, so we're trying to prove that they found it at his office.
Okay.
It should have my fingerprints on it. Boink.
Take that.
So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway?
Mr. Atmey. Sorry.
Oh, Mr. Atmey, do you recall the events of yesterday?
Actually, you can take it back since it's
Oh, yeah,
not
that's
Desiree
okay.
anymore.
But hey, Nick, come on. Hold on. Hey, Nick, come on, open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open up his private property.
Don't be such a funny duddy. I can't do like a good goofy.
It's fine.
This is an important investigation.
Do your Mickey.
Well, what's in there?
Your Mickey is really good.
And I'll do my exceptional Donald Duck.
Yeah. Wow, it's like he's there with us.
Yeah. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth.
Well, hello there. Gosh.
It's true that
Gosh. Wow.
I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at that time. But I did touch what was inside.
Yeah, you did. What? You touched it?
And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard.
Well, that was just...
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atmey's office.
Objection! Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it?
Of course it does.
What did you say?
Not what I said. It's what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said.
I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable.
If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was... yesterday, at the Atmey Detective Agency.
Ha! This blend, Godo Blend 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all.
That's not good coffee.
Order, order, order! I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying?
Yes, I've finally broken him down.
Oh, yeah. Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself! Here I am, the tragic clown!
This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake.
You see, it was me all along! I am the one and only Mask to Mask! I hope you all enjoyed my little performance! Oh, yeah.
All right.
God, all right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Mr. Godo, what's Mr. Atmey's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all.
Yeah. Guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. Hold it!
You're wrong. Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say.
Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening.
The thief. The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me. I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please.
I don't know what kind of a kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
Objection! The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judge...
What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you.
Mr. Godo, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir.
See, he responded when I...
Got him. That's the Godo method. If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you are Mask to Mask, then prove it. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick.
It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy.
Good boy. Just remember one thing.
Wow.
A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
Oh, my.
Ooh.
I know that. I won't fail. I swear.
I know.
Daddy.
I'm sorry I didn't attend my bar mitzvah, but we can still do it, right?
Okay, then. Talk. We're all listening.
Oh, well, let's all have a listen to this confession.
Well,
I was ready to go home and everything.
you could go home because we'll pick it up tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, I'm hungry anyway.